Still not seeing it on IG yet.
Yeah, because they
Let's see if it's in the
connects
first.
streaming software to go live. I thought I did. It's like reading it, but not. All right, there we go. There we go.
It's mostly the what is it? It's mostly the voice that gets
To
you
get
up.
you up. It's
Mostly the
mostly the
voice
voice
that
that
makes
gets
you
you
buck.
up.
A lot of
Mm.
casters got flavor. Some got
Some skill,
skills.
but your
The
voice
voice
ain't
ain't
dope.
dope.
Then
Then you
you need
need
to
to
chill.
chill.
Up step one, he gets done. Up
Up
steps
steps
another,
another.
he
He
gets
gets
smothered.
smothered.
Word to mother, or should
Or
I
should I
say
say
moms?
moms?
I drop bombs.
Scorching
Similar.
niggas like napalm.
Hey.
Yeah, classy.
Oh
Hey,
shit.
Guru was honest. He knew what
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, yeah. And he said the codes of the streets and codes of everything in all the music, is
Mhm.
how to get a rep, to manifest to like, you know,
Yeah, he went through
just
all the chambers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ex girl to the next girl, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like, he was really teaching a lot of stuff for how to move out here. Well, how to move in New York, but still, you can take that anywhere.
Yeah, just I mean, how to move is how to move. Just got to update, but I'll tell you offline.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All
Peace
right.
to Mike Terror.
Peace, 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 peace to Mike Terra. Peace to everybody that's tuning in. Peace to all the Slap creators out here.
Mm-hmm.
Peace to Ogun. Peace to Taiwan. Peace to DJ Bear. Peace to everyone, Buck Crew, like whoever's tuning in,
Yeah.
who want to indulge into the 100 slaps. Thank
100
you.
slaps challenge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's moving. The momentum is crazy. I appreciate it. Everybody that's pulling up and
Yeah.
showing out.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to everyone that's indulging, everyone that's engaging, just everything, man. Just shout out to the Fly Nerd Group. And that's who we are, the Fly Nerd Group. WFNG Fly Nerd Radio.
Hey, shout out to Vel the General too.
Yes, sir.
He
Salute.
just dropped a video recently that's pretty fly.
Yes, sir.
And 2017, Finito dropped us a video
I
too.
was
That's
just gonna say that, man. That's pretty dope. And the song itself is like really dope and refreshing, man.
yeah,
It's
he
really
going
good
in.
to hear Infinito, you know what I mean? And shout out to Fat Nice. That's their album they got
On the
together. Yeah,
yeah
that's their
yeah.
collab
Shout out Fat
album.
Nice too.
Culture Power 45, shout out to them too. So shout out to the whole gang. Like,
Yeah
cause yeah, that's really dope, man. Shout out to Infinito 2017.
yeah. That's a If you haven't heard it, we all got it posted on one of our pages or another. So
Yeah, yeah,
you'll see it floating around the internets, the interwebs.
yeah.
You know that their internet where the youngins hang out.
Oh, that place? Oh yeah.
You
I'm
know.
not that computer literate. Oh my
What's this
goodness.
button do?
Yeah, I hear that all day now. But
Oh
all
my goodness.
motherfucking day.
Oh my goodness. Look at the trader. Look at him. Look at him. Look look at the chump. Look at the chump.
Either
Indecisive
or.
bastard.
Either
And he
or.
got a Decepticon symbol on him, the fucker.
Yeah, but you could flip it, right?
Yeah.
So you could
I
flip
remember
it.
it. Fucking yeah, indecisive ass prick.
Hey man.
It's not my fight. I don't want to be involved. You know, like, and it'd be ill if he just said fuck everybody, which he kind of did, but he kind of
Well,
still, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
like the biggest dude in the room
Yeah, but then
saying
when the
or
fight started, he be bailing. When he a Decepticon, he bail. When he an Autobot, he bail. It don't matter. Like he bail. I remember even that they did it on one of the like on the animated too. I remember there was an episode where he took off and turned to a jet, and they was like,
yeah,
"Motherfucker!"
everyone look like, well,
It was like, "Hey,
I'm like laughing at Megatron. Well,
yeah, this is your boy. You had him
yeah,
first.
boy.
He was yours first. You recruited the bastard."
Silence.
He said, pick better traders." That's how I say that. Pick better
Yeah,
traders.
man. But it's a dope figure, man. I like Jetfire. It's one of
Yeah.
my
So like Jetfire is similar to how I say with Megatron, where the original version of them, which was the best version of them, you can't get anymore.
true.
And the
True.
original version of him was really just a Robotech Veritech fighter,
Yeah.
like Skull Squadron. I mean, literally had the skulls on the wings and whatnot. It was a F-14 Tomcat. Now
Yeah.
that version is a little more abstract. It's like some just anonymous futuristic jet of whatever origin, Cybertronian jet, I guess.
But look, they give you this.
Oh, they do give you the mask to make it look more like the original.
Yeah.
So trying to say like that's his battle gear.
Yeah, this is Battle Gear. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which he never needs
Because he's running.
because he always take off. Not my fight.
Not my fight, Chuck. I'm out.
And he'll be the dude to talk the shit. Fuck you, Starscream. I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, it's just
Just
he's
Starscream
leaving.
round up and then
Or you know, oh shit.
you see the trail, the vapor
Right
trail
in
of
the
his.
John. He gone.
But
So yeah,
yeah,
man.
I think since we live everywhere, we live and live in color.
Yes, sir.
I think this is as good a time as any. Maybe I drop some slaps.
Go ahead. I got some too.
You want to go first? You want me to go first? I go
I'll
first.
go first because you are. If you're gonna use the one I heard, it's pretty hard.
Okay,
It's pretty long. All right,
that's
hold
true
up. Let
too.
me find mine though.
Ty said we ain't counting bars, so I said okay.
No, we not. But I wrote a little something. I don't know how to present it. So now we here. We live. I'll go ahead and do it now. So
To quote Morpheus, we are still here.
we are still here. So let's get into it. Check it out. Fly Nerd WFNG Live. 100 slaps challenge. Cosmo entry right here. You posers aren't articulate. I'm Chinese arithmetic to your belligerence. Consider this day you realize your insignificance. 100 slaps magnificent. Miles I ventured through. What's your life like? Let's do an interview. I'm a class act. The Black Duncan Penderhughes. Bobby Drake couldn't lose his cool. Fly Nerd rules. Here's the tools. 100 slap skin the booth and let it do what it do. Power moving. The plug met the outlet. Megatron transformed to a ratchet and match your outfit. Your hoes are toxic. I roll with prophets that indulge in profits and hold a topic that expose your logic. That's knowledge.
That is a slap, slap, slap. That's like you went with the baby powder slap. What was that? Where he walked out and he was walking down the street just slapping everybody?
Yeah, this is baby powder. This what's his name? Yeah, baby powder.
Yeah, that shit was wild. Yeah, that was nasty. Okay, okay, okay. Might have to hear you do that again, but
I'll do it.
yeah, do it again. Do it again.
I'll do it. Another one. I'll do it.
Oh,
You posers aren't articulate. I'm Chinese arithmetic to your belligerence. Consider this day you realize your insignificance. 100 slaps magnificence. Mouths I ventured through. What's your life like? Let's do an interview. I'm a class act. The Black Duncan Penderhughes. Bobby Drake couldn't lose his cool. Fly Nerd rules. Here's the tools. 100 slaps get in the booth and let it do what it do. Power moving. The plug met the outlet. Megatron transformed to a ratchet and match your whole outfit. You hoes are toxic. I roll with prophets that indulge in profits and hold a topic that expose your logic. That's knowledge.
yo, you wildin'. He said What did you say? Megatron transform into a
Plug
ratchet
met the outlet. Megatron transformed to a ratchet and
to
match your
match your
outfit. Your whole
outfit.
outfit. That's the
Sheesh.
double entendre because if you're a gangster and stuff, the outfit.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I caught the. Okay, okay. Yeesh.
100 slap challenge. Don't be afraid. Anybody, it could be written freestyle. I don't give a fuck. You just do
Yeah.
what you do. All you beat makers, all you DJs out there, go ahead. I haven't seen no dance moves yet, but I know
I ain't seen no dancing. I ain't seen no graffiti artists. I ain't
Yeah,
seen no taggers, writers. I ain't seen no illustrators. It's a
yeah,
lot of room to play, man. This is a
yeah.
sandbox that is wide open.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Come in and do what you do.
Yeah.
It was 100 days, 100 ways. That's
Shout
how I
out to
see that.
Sean Moon. He's on the Facebook group. He's dropping his reviews and
His
his
character
lore,
creators and all
yeah,
that.
his lore and stuff tales as well. So wherever you could jump in and do what you can, just do it, man. 100 slaps. We doing this to the end of the year.
Get in where you fit in.
Absolutely.
And understand the goal. The goal is to motivate and inspire creativity and to foster growth and development. We
Right.
want to see everybody build. We want to see everybody elevate and be the best version of themselves.
Right.
And like we said before, you never know what will come out of this. This might result in you doing a project. A producer might hear you, or the opposite. A rapper might hear your beats and might say, "Yo, put me on." This could go 101 different ways. You might be inspired to actually finish a project you already started that you was procrastinating on.
Right.
It's Infinito 2017.
There you go. Creativity at its finest. Just let
It's
it go.
whatever you got, just drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was okay. That was ill. So now let me go ahead
Just warmed up. Nah.
you're right. Just continue that, carry that torch, pass it on,
Pass it
baton.
on.
All right, 100 slaps right here. This is officially my second entry into the 100 slaps.
Right.
So let's go. This is a warning. Who are y'all to judge me? Judge not uncomfy on my Humphrey, cigar lit at a parliament to start with peace in today's math. Display the craft, obey the path of the less traveled road. Stress puts me in battle mode. Rattlesnakes move lateral. Descend to the chattel slaves that were sold to the highest bidder. Now I'm a spitter like how I like my strippers till I deliver a mouthful or mouthed off with this mic on. A winning streak to thrill on you, so beat it. Till I spill all on your cleavage. Double entendres, cleverly cupped on display for you to fondle. Be calm though. My arsenal is stocked and loaded, cocked to explode with erosive go ill sentiments, just to keep shit interesting. Even though I'm disinterested, it must be off-putting to be put on after we go on and go off on stages. Niggas bars is basic, your art is baseless. You wearing art of Mars, but your time is wasted. We timeless. Things we did, you just doing. Who in their right mind with left-wing ballots would think that they could challenge our fortified position? No name drops, no honorable mention. You can remain nameless, no pot to piss in, no Glock to whip in. My insults cut pride and sever egos from their tough hides. Sus guys who succeed to succeed. See men all over the party scene. You see men love the deals they sign, the meals they provide, the wheels they drive. But how many are driven to shift the narrative to something matching how they living? Still in the game, see Medina claim the street militant, skeet lyricist, in fact, busting nuts inside your ear so you can hear me clear on wax.
There you have it. There you have it. Yo, you had a few lines in that boy, man. You some slick shit.
The
Girls
sartorial
going for
soprano.
dinner. And talk about taking the girls out to dinner. They
Yeah, you peep
spit
that.
it. Hey, yo, spit it again. I did twice. You got to do it
All
twice.
right, this rewind. We love bring it back on rewind. Powerful impact.
Boom.
Hey, before I spit this, I was just thinking about something. So
Hey, one of my favorite EPMD records, by the way. That song. They used a lot of that in that Business Never Personal, like
yeah.
the Scratch Go Crazy song.
Yeah, that was ill.
But anyway,
They there was somebody talking online and they brought up, oh, Jay-Z, how he has lines that he borrows from like other rappers that he admire or whatever.
yeah.
And it's really interesting because you watch conversations of bystanders who are not participants in the culture in any capacity. And so they're critiquing things that they are not privy to the understanding of the nature of. And they think that their opinion of it really has value, while I'm laughing at them because I'm like, you probably don't even realize how your favorite rapper does it all the time, whether in a hook or in a bar. You're just not as socially aware of all the lyrics that exist in hip hop as a whole, so you don't catch them all. But all the rappers do it. I mean, if we think back to some of hip hop's classics, but how many MCs must get dissed?
Dissed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whose song is that? Average person to say is Black Moon. That's not, nobody's thinking about the Boogie Down Productions.
Yeah, you gotta go back to the source.
You got to go back. But they took the line and turned it into, you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song, right?
Yeah.
Which was original bars, by the way. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to the bystanders. Y'all get love too. Just respect the culture. Stop. What is it? What do you call it? Backseat driving?
Yeah.
Like you a passenger, but you know what I'm saying?
No one like the backseat driver.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do it. Do it.
Don't do it. Got to my house. Rest in peace, the Kimbe Matumbo.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, let me drop this again just to clear the air.
Go
All
ahead.
right. This is a warning. Who are y'all to judge me? Judge not. I'm comfy on my Humphrey, cigar lit, at Parliament to start with peace in today's math. Display the craft, obey the path of the less traveled road. Stress puts me in battle mode.
Mm,
Rattlesnakes move lateral, descendant of
mm,
chattel slaves that was sold to the
mm,
highest bidder. Now I'm a spitter like how I like my strippers till I deliver a mouthful. A mouth
mm,
off when this mic on. A winning
mm,
streak to thrill you, so beat it. Till I spill
mm,
all on your cleavage, double entendres. Cleverly cupped on display for you to fondle. Be calm though. My arsenal is stocked and loaded, cocked to explode with erosive go ill sentiments, just to keep shit interesting, even though I'm disinterested. It must be
mm,
off-putting to be put on after we go on and go off on stages. Niggas bars is basic, your art is baseless. You
mm.
wearing Audemars, but your time is wasted. We
Oh,
timeless. Things we did, you just doing. Who in their right mind with left-wing ballots would think that they could challenge a fortified position? And no name drops, no honorable mention.
nope.
You can remain nameless, no pot to piss in.
Oh,
No Glock to whip him, my insults cut pride and sever
ah,
egos from their tough hides.
ah.
Sus guys who succeed to succeed. Seamen all over the party scene. You see men
Yo,
love the deals they sign, the meals they provide, the wheels they
yo,
drive. But how many
yo,
are driven to shift the narrative to something matching how they living? Still in the
yo,
game, C. Medina claimed the street militant, skeet lyricist, in fact. Busting nuts inside your ear so you can hear me clear on wax.
motherfucker.
Dang, dang. Like Blade in a rave party.
Ooh, all blood,
All blood.
all blood, oh blood. That's sick.
Yeah,
That's a
blood.
bar too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man, we out here, man. It's Fly
Yeah,
Nerd Group. You expect nothing but the best.
this is what we do. This is what we do
Yeah, man.
on a casual. Cause yeah, these are bars that I wrote. Technically I started them this morning,
Mm,
on the way to work, and then I finished them on the way home. So we talking for me like about an hour ago.
okay,
I
okay.
finished. I wrote it, and it probably. I think the total time it took me to write was, my ride is about a half hour, so it's like somewhere in that hour, half hour there, half hour back.
Mm.
I'll be tripping sometimes. I was in a space right now, like the one yesterday that I can't spit in the 100 slaps challenge. Was that yesterday or the other day? Whatever day that
That was
was.
yesterday. That was
Okay.
yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. Like, yeah. Sometimes, you have some like, nah, I don't want to share this one.
Well, sometimes you write something and it'd be too much, and it's
Yeah.
not for what we're doing is an exercise, is sport, and
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
write a full song, then it's like, all right, well, that's a song.
Yeah. Let's save that.
Let's save that. But
Themes
we
and
can throw these
concepts.
slaps out. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
Slaps.
throw out the freestyles and the open subjects. Just throw out your battle bars. Just showcase your skills. Showcase your
That's all you
skills.
gotta do. That's all you
Because
gotta
that's
do.
all I just focused on skill sets. I tried to play with a couple of rhythms and a couple of word plays and a couple of entendres and a little weaving in and out,
Right.
like the whole, what I say, sus guys who succeed to succeed, and then I said semen all over the party.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, man. So nah, man. We out here and we just letting it do what it do, dude. Like what's cracking, man? What else is a lot going on?
Yeah. So, WandaVision came out yesterday.
Yeah.
And because I was late to the live, so I really didn't dig into my critical analysis of the series. But the episode that aired last week sparked real interest, because I was like, okay, they on to something, because that was when everybody was exposed, everybody
Mm,
revealed their true self. Like we saw that Agatha was playing the fool.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they say
Yeah.
the wise can play dumb, but don't mistake it. And
Right.
she kind of like took off the mask, the virtual mask. We all wear masks. She took that shit
No.
off. And she came up
Right.
with like, and like what's ill about her as an actor, her face shifted. Like you
Yeah.
literally, it was
And
weird like how
and
she
that's what
did
I was
that.
saying for episode 4, because it was like she really, you saw the metamorphosis.
Hmm.
She was playing the innocent thing, and then she do imitations, and then you see her in her full self
Right.
few times. It's very, and this episode here, it's like, all right, she's fully Agatha now. You know
Yeah,
what I
she's
mean?
out the bag. The
It's
cat
none
is
of
out the
these
bag.
games of playing like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Nah.
Nah, you know what's going on.
Yeah, she like I say, what's ill about it, the title, the show is called Agatha All Along.
Yes.
So through all of this shit we've been watching, nah, Agatha was there. She was playing the role. Like she did
Playing.
on WandaVision. You
Yeah.
didn't know. You
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
And so in that same episode was
Raised
also when
the
Billy
baby.
came out as Wiccan, you know what I'm saying, showcase
Right.
his skills.
Right.
And now it ends with him, japping out and pulling to some magic and, fucking with the witches, like where they couldn't even stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
this episode takes you back. All right, so where did Billy fucking come from? Because we know based on WandaVision,
Now
those
break
kids
that
are
down.
magic. They're
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 a figment of imagination,
but
rather.
they're well, Wanda can manipulate reality. So she makes things real, which means those people are real.
Okay.
Just like Vision in there is not the Vision, right?
Right. Exactly.
The
And
real
we saw
Vision
the
was
glimpse of the vision. He was actually dismantled and,
exactly, and they were being
from
rebuilt into White Vision. But in her hex, in her spell, Vision was there,
he was
and she had
contained.
two
Yep.
children. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So now we learned that in that series that the kids in that actual Vision, when the hex was lifted, they all faded to nothingness
So
because
that's
they
weird to me. So all right. So since she's gone, then of course they don't exist.
no, because she ended the spell at the end of WandaVision. Remember, she lifted the hex. That was the whole thing.
Right.
She lifted it because they remember that's when
But
what you call it pulled in.
they supposed to like dissipate, right?
Well, see, that's where we get into what we now understand. She did create souls, or she did manifest living beings.
No.
And
Okay.
so while their bodies ceased to exist because of the hex, in her mind they existed, so they still they went from a thought and manifested into reality, just like, like real people. So
That's
they went through
above
their phases. They
above
went through purified gases and incorporeal forms.
yeah.
And as we saw in this last episode, when the hex was lifted, Billy jumped into
Oh, so that's what happened. So when the accident happened, that's when
that's when the,
heck
the hex was being lifted, and Billy
and they
disappearing jumped his incorporeal purified gas form jumped into the dead boy, the boy who
oh,
just died in the car crash. We might be giving spoilers for some of y'all, but that's all right. This is the show. But yeah, like that shit is ill, man. Like the show has turned into some very well written, dark, deep shit because
metaphysical stuff too.
yeah, because now we're dealing with a greater understanding of witchcraft according to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mhm.
We're learning all about how their powers work and how the rules
From
don't apply to
small
them,
spells to
to
to the
the greater
bigger.
spells. Like for example, they're on the witch's road and they killed the green witch, and so they
Mm,
conjured another witch
mm.
who turned out to be well, they haven't revealed who she is. But here, speaking of, she hasn't been around since
Since
like
she revealed herself though.
since
I
Agatha
mean,
pulled up and said, "Hi, it's really me, fooled ya." And
yeah, now
since Wiccan showed up and revealed himself, she's nowhere to be seen. She's like,
back.
"Oh shit!" She's like, "Shit hit the fan." Oh,
Gotta
yeah,
fall
she's like,
back.
"Dip."
How many episodes are left?
I don't know. I assume there may be one.
Well,
I'm
she
assuming
got
it's either
since
gonna be the
Wiccan.
6 or the healthy 8.
All right, so since Wiccan had a backstory, she gonna have a backstory pretty soon.
I would think so.
We gonna spin back to her.
Because we got to
Um,
understand what happened between her and Agatha. Like we know they had a romance. We
exactly.
know they had a relationship. We also know that she is responsible for the death of Agatha's son. We
Which
don't know
everyone thought that
that Billy
Wiccan, yeah,
William was. Yeah, but we already knew. Well, I knew that wasn't possible because her son actually was sacrificed.
okay, okay.
Now, the question that gets into it that makes it deep is why was that so-called witch responsible for the death? And the theory is that she is Death, that she is actually finally in the MCU, we have Lady Death. So we finally
Woo!
have the apple of Deadpool and Thanos' eye.
Bring Thanos back, man.
So he can meet his
Bring him back
love.
home. Yeah.
Meet his love of
You
his
should have
life.
seen me in. You should have seen
Right.
me 4 years ago. Coming for you, baby.
But it's perfect timing because you got Deadpool introduced to the MCU, and right at the same time,
True.
we're
True.
now exposed to death. So for those who
Yeah.
don't know, in the comics, first and foremost, the actual reason why Thanos wanted the Infinity Gauntlet and the stones in the comics was to impress Death. He wanted to kill as many people and as many lives. He wanted to offer lives to her like instead of a bouquet of roses, a bouquet of fucking souls.
Right. Right.
Just to profess his love to Death, who was highly unimpressed, highly indifferent. Like he was murking motherfuckers, and she was like this. Because obviously Death enjoyed it because she feeds off of Death. So the
Yeah.
more Death, the more she's alive, so to speak.
Right.
But she
Right.
had to
Right.
still pretend like, how it goes. The guy is buying and all this stuff, and she's all like, yeah, that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hard to get.
Yeah, she playing difficult and shit. And remember, Thanos, after he thought he had her, and then when he realized that she was no good and she was for the streets. Once
Ah.
once he realized she was for the streets, he
Just-
said, all right, fuck you, Death. But then Deadpool meets Death, and she kind of has a fancy for Deadpool because
yeah.
Deadpool's Deadpool. So
Yeah.
Deadpool and Death are kind of like having they dance, they dating and flirting back and
Right.
forth. So now Thanos step up like, hey, wait a minute.
Hey, hold
No.
up, man. You just can't be running up on this like that. What you
She's
doing?
mine. Like, nah.
Dude. So it's like Popeye and Bluto now.
Yeah, you know the game. Your whole chose me. You
Yeah.
know? Like that's how Deadpool's like, nah, she's Wade's booty. But no, so
Man.
Death is now in the MCU, and I'm interested to see how far they go with Death, with like her skill sets, her abilities. Like, what is she really about? Because she's pretending to be a witch. Agatha knows who she really is.
Absolutely.
When she first showed up, Agatha was pissed. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing
What
here?
are you doing?
Like, why are
Even
you?
in that in that scene, the cop scene and shit. It's like, yo, what you
Even in
doing?
even in her psychosis and her
Yeah.
delusion, she still was like, "You don't fucking belong here."
You don't even belong here. And probably
Like,
that's even worse because now you're just popping up in my head and shit. Like, hold up.
what the fuck is
What
going
you
on?
doing here? And you really here? What you doing? Why are you
Yeah.
here?
So that's what I wanted to talk to you about in this episode. So we get all the backstory with Billy and how he came to be physical and manifest.
Sir.
But then we get to see the whole retelling of the story, the first episode from his perspective. So all the things that we thought were happening with Agatha, we now see, just like with Wanda, that shit is all in her head.
Right.
So
Right.
there's a scene where in the first episode it looked like they were in a police station, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were in the
All
room,
the neighbors from Westview were the cops,
and
and
all the people surrounding her.
yes, sir.
Yep. So she's interrogating Billy, or at this time William, in this room, right?
Right.
And while she's interrogating him, like remember she showed him pictures of the dead body.
But then it wasn't
Then it
it was
wasn't. But now we looking from his perspective, it was always the flowers.
yeah.
He was looking at her like, what are you seeing? Because those are
Because that
flowers.
was her psyche, so she's playing this
Hmm.
role. It's just like Wanda a little bit. It was like this is Agatha vision,
Yeah,
and she was
basically.
reenacting one of those detective TV shows because you could tell from her mannerisms and stuff. She was
Yeah, the
like
way
a
she
Barnaby
spoke.
Jones, you
Yeah.
know.
Tough as nails and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Sitting there with
yeah,
her legs copped open and
yeah,
like she might as
yeah,
well be
yeah,
chewing on some tobacco and spitting.
yeah, and a big can of Foster's, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. So now the ill part is that we see that all that stuff that happened was imagining, like stuff that she imagined. Because remember, in the first episode when he was doing the spell, his hands were handcuffed behind his back in that scene. But in this scene, we saw that he pulled the book out of his pocket and started reading the spell. But that wasn't what she saw. So we're learning that that the hex that Wanda put on her at the end of WandaVision is basically all in her head.
Well,
Which
let's get into the sigil. What is that? The
the
sigil?
sigil that the other witch put in his
Because
pocket.
I didn't understand. So certain things that was playing back, she did. It was different versions. So
No,
the
what?
version that we saw
Mhm.
was Agatha's perception, right?
So Yeah, so basically the hex that's
Like
on that.
questioning, "What's your name? Who are you?" He's
Oh, and
in
he respond.
everything.
No, yeah. So that's not related to her issue. That's the little thing that the other witch put in Billy's pocket.
So
Because remember,
why did she do that?
she read his palm. She
Oh,
know
she said your life going.
she so what she
Oh,
saw was that she saw that he had two lives. His lives are
yeah,
split in two. She
yeah.
saw that he's about to die and Billy was about to take over. She knew he was about to be Scarlet Witch's son. So to address that and protect everything, she put the sigil because she didn't want to remember that shit. And she said, "Don't nobody else need to know that this is the manifestation of Scarlet Witch." So she created the sigil to block who he was so that he could never explain to anybody who he was. And remember, they said the spell exists until you, until it's no longer needed. And he decided when it was no longer needed, remember, he crumbled the sigil. So then he was able to say it. But she had already figured out who he was, just like she
So
already
was
had her
she stop
suspicion.
blocking? Like, I don't want this to happen, or it was
No, no,
just
no. She
like,
was protecting herself and protecting everyone else because again, this is Wanda's son. We do not need the world knowing that this kid exists. So that's why she wanted to forget who he was. I don't want no parts of this. She
oh no,
said,
get
"This
away
motherfucker."
from me.
She said, "All the places that you could have went, you come to my fucking hand to get." No, I'm not telling your future, nigga. So she, she said, "I don't want to know nothing about this."
And no one else.
Yeah, she erased that shit. Cause if you think about it, we
Mhm.
talking about Wanda.
Yeah,
Wanda, who is the Nexus being, the most powerful fucking witch in existence.
right.
The son that she created in the hex suddenly gets a body. Nah, we do not want you to be able to tell anybody anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because as long as you can't express who you are, you can't be who you meant to be.
right.
And that's why it wasn't until she said, "I know who you are, you just like your mother,"
Mm,
that kind of broke the sigil for him. He was like, "Well, fuck it, I can use my powers."
right.
But he still has to get in that zone to understand how he used them because he's not used to the body he's in. The shit is it was a very well written episode and actually one of the best episodes of the show so far.
I agree. I totally agree.
And ultimately the turn, like I was telling you, I think I told you this on Sunday night. Penguin already is high level, high
Yeah,
performing, right?
yeah. I love it.
So
Love
they're
it.
like this, right? Wanda's
Yeah.
Agatha's here and Penguin's up here. And then we just saw Agatha go up here. But the same episode on Sunday made Penguin go up too.
Yeah.
It's like, cause
Escalating.
shit,
It's escalating.
it's
But this is
escalating
good
crazy.
television. This is good television.
This is
And
great television.
see, I think with, like I said before, you could probably skip some of those episodes of Agatha if you was just watching a full dump. You
Nah,
know,
because you still want to know the nuance that leads to what makes these moments so good is because of all of that. You can't
See,
ignore it.
yeah, I guess, but it's still for the weekly thing. It's just bad because some of those were fillers, and it's like, all right, dude, let's now episode 4 on down is like a total
It's
different.
now we're into the actual
Maybe
story.
they did a lot of reshoots and all that stuff for those earlier episodes because even the production wise, it got like cinematic.
No, but
You know,
remember we talked about that's every show that they've done on Disney Plus.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
remember, even with WandaVision, that the turning point episode, you always know that it's a different type of episode because it comes on with the Marvel intro differently,
mm-hmm,
and suddenly it comes on like it's a Marvel movie,
mm-hmm,
and that's when everything shifts in the story and everything the shit get real,
right,
and the story gets more complex, and the writing gets very in depth.
yeah,
And every one of the episodes did that. And so
yeah,
I appreciate how they flip it because it's like we're gonna give you fun, we're gonna have some fluff. So we kind of you covering the spectrum. So you got the kids are satisfied, the regulars are satisfied, the bystanders, the backseaters. But
yeah.
then now it gets to the point where Kaz is satisfied. See what I'm saying? There you go.
Finally, well, I
You
gotta
know,
be satisfied last though. But
because if you satisfy first, then other people gonna fall off because they're not ready for that up front. Some people need that build up. You know,
I
you
get
gotta let,
it.
you gotta let.
Penguin come in with the slaps. We
That's
on
that's
episode 4, and I'm telling you, that's a whole different level of. I like I always say, it's HBO Max, is HBO production.
yeah.
It's more
It's a
dope.
different
Yeah,
world.
it's a different world. But the Penguin is hitting, man.
The Penguin
Arkham
is the high. This last episode is the highest rated episode of anything ever.
as it should. It
At the
was
highest rated TV episode ever, which is impressive.
if you seen that episode, you would seen the levels of how it could take you. A lot of people get committed into, and this is like a reflection of everything, man. It's about big businesses owning prisons and these mental institutions,
Yeah, yeah,
setting people up, forcing people into crazy, you know what I mean? And this was a very good depiction of that, of Sophia, and how she ultimately became the hangman, and she wasn't that dude, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
seriously, she wasn't that person, but she was created to. She was drove into insanity. That's one of the
What?
staples of Batman, of a lot of the villains and stuff, or how they managed to be driven into insanity for whatever reason, including Batman himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about that drive. And in this case, man, it was really, really dope. It was really dark. And man, it set the stage for everything else, because this was backstory. You know what I mean? And just showing how dirty Arkham Asylum is. And all these people, like, she was forced to be crazy. But I find it ironic that Batman could walk in that bitch with the Batman armor up
Right.
and talking to these motherfuckers like, you a criminal. It's like, I see what the Joker means.
Hmm?
Y'all locking me up in here, but y'all letting him walk around. He's crazy.
Or Crane.
Yeah.
Crane was the one died. I was like, yo, you're crazier than the rest of
You're
us.
crazy than everybody, because you letting this ride, and he's kind of crazy too, maniacal. So it's like,
And he knows.
yeah,
That's how he know firsthand. Like, yeah, like they need to dive into that a little bit more. I think that's and now that's the Batman that we've gotten all the elements of Batman except that part. No, I take that back. That was Michael Keaton's Batman.
What?
Michael Keaton's Batman displayed the crazy. Michael Keaton's Batman demonstrated. It showed you he was crazy. That was those whole scenes where he was like, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts."
Let's get nuts.
Like, like that was him. That was Michael Keaton trying to act like
Still
he
drinking
was.
the Beetlejuice there, Keaton.
Yeah.
It's wrong movie, man. But nah, that's true. He was the crazy. I'm Batman. He really he embraced the fear and he used it.
Mm-hmm.
What about Affleck Batman?
Affleck's Batman was not crazy. He was depressed.
Okay.
Like, which I find it interesting that they chose to have the music that they did for the Matt Reeves Batman, when at the end of the day, I think that Ben Affleck's Batman was probably the most like Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the Kurt Cobain Batman. Like,
but Matt Reeves Batman is the emo Batman as well.
Well, he's emo, but he don't act depressed. He act angry. Like, he's just frustrated all the time. Like, he just like I don't give a fuck about none of this. And then he's when he's Batman, he's very calm. Like, remember, like I told you, like all them scenes where him and Commissioner Gordon are together. It's like he's trying to be personable with him when he's walking through the detective shit and trying to like he's showing him shit, and he was like, "Do you trust me?" He's like, "I've never seen your face, dude. Like,
what the fuck you mean by trust?
Like, I don't know you. I don't even know who you are."
Yeah.
And so like he tries to be personable as Batman with people, and it's not working. But he tries. Ben Affleck's Batman didn't give a fuck.
Nah, he did.
He didn't care about nobody. He didn't even care about himself. Until he saw Doomsday. Then he said, "Oh shit, I'm in the wrong shit."
Hopped in that Batmobile and peeled out.
He said, "Alfred, I don't think I need to be here."
What you got cooking, Alfred? I'm about
He
to
said,
come
"You
home.
might be right. I think
Yeah,
this is a good
you
time to
know what?
retire."
I just second thought, man. You know what, Alfred? You a good man, man. Let's take the Christian Bale role and hit the damn yacht.
Yeah, let's get out of here. He was out.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Because like you never see him change until that moment. And even in the movie, it was such a like 180 how he went from being like the dark, serious person. All of a sudden, he was like,
That's why he had that crazy scene in the warehouse, because it's like, all right, we gotta let Batman be Batman and do some Batman shit. Because when
"Just like
Bruce
you."
Wayne shows,
He
that
disappeared from the
motherfucker,
battlefield. Like
that
you was like,
Batman
"Where's Batman?"
get left.
Like, he was running his ass off. He was like, I'm not built for this."
Nah, that's y'all fight. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Oh, Wonder Woman. Oh, you could
Yeah,
fly.
you could do
Great,
that.
handle
Go
this.
ahead. Y'all
Go
good.
ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was laughing
Flash.
how he
Go ahead.
dipped. He dipped fast.
Y'all have that.
Yeah, shout out to Ben Affleck, who they now saying is Batman for real, the way he brewed around in real life
Yeah, yeah.
and always depressed and
Real
walking
life.
in the walking around talking so hello darkness, my old friend. Oh my goodness.
The fuck. Word.
So yeah,
Shout out to Noble. Shout out to Fifth. Shout out to Tone. Shout out to Bear.
oh,
Shout out to
word.
GQ the teacher. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in.
Peace to all. Peace to
Peace to
y'all.
y'all.
Peace to
Peace to
all.
all.
Peace to
Peace to
y'all.
y'all. Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, 100 slaps, 100 slaps challenge, WFNG.
Come
Again,
on,
shout out to
Fifth. Where the beats
everybody.
at, man?
Yeah,
Drop
fifth.
some beats, Fifth. I'm gonna call y'all out. Shout out to No. You ain't gotta do the no work. We did it. Oh, we got some bangers coming out soon. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, no. Go ahead. Bear One, we need some more mixes. Fifth, we need some beats. GQ, you need to get all your rapper friends involved in the
Yep.
100 slaps. Don't just
Mm.
tune in. And
All the
Tone,
rappers,
shout
all the
out, man.
producers,
Shout out to
everybody.
Dr. Wax alumni. Shout out to everyone else that's tuning in. But all you creatives, get to the work.
Create.
Let's slap some.
100 days, 100 ways. We going all the way to the end of the year. That's December 31st.
Yes, sir.
And then thereafter, we definitely gonna show love to people who participated. We gonna do our competition where we gonna see who pulled up and did they thing
We're
with
gonna do that on the Fly Nerd Awards.
yeah, we gonna do the Fly Nerd Awards for all the participants. We got some merch that we gonna give away, and which is also in preparation of the merch that we gonna be providing. Some very exclusive and some fly shit. Obviously, fly because it's in the name, right?
Name, we gotta be fly.
It's in the name. But
Gotta be
yeah, so
fly.
yeah, that's what it is. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate everybody. Continue to tune in to us, WFNG Fly Nerd Radio, every Monday, new episodes.
And that same following week, Wednesday or Friday, depending on how I feel. Catch us on YouTube and
Once a week, we'll just say that.
yeah,
Once a
once a
week.
week on YouTube, once a week on all streaming platforms. We gotta talk
Absolutely.
about the Spotify shit, man. Maxie brought up a good point. Shout out to CTA Radio, WHBK 88.5. Shout out to Maxie. Shout
Shout
out to
out to
Top One.
Maxie,
Shout out to Pugs,
the
CTA
whole
Radio,
crew.
whole crew. Yeah, shout out to everybody who's tuning in, Fly Nerd alumni. We up in here, man. We got a little army. Oh, New York Comic Con is kicking off this
Oh,
week
they
too.
popping off.
Yeah,
The hip
it's
hop toys, the guy that
yeah.
does the subway cars.
Oh,
So
word.
that's all the artists are pulling up every day. He got a different artist showcased at his booth.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
We'll
Yeah,
be there next year.
we
We'll be
we
there
got
next year.
track these things, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to Pharaoh. I saw him posting out there. Shout out to
Yeah, shout out to
Havoc.
folks.
Havoc Bob Deep at the
How they
New
pull
York
up
Comic
too.
Con.
Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to
Yeah.
Zoe.
Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to man, so many shouts. We just shouting all day. But
Peace to all the human families of the planet Earth.
that's right. We are the
On this
Fly
day,
Nerd Group.
acknowledge God.
WFNG Fly Nerd Radio. Tune in now.
Peace.